One KELOLAND rancher is fighting against noxious weeds a natural way by using thousands of sheep.
That's right. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Ariana Schumacher takes us to Rock Hills Ranch in Walworth County to learn more.
Nestled throughout the rolling hills of Rock Hills Ranch, you will find sheep grazing. Their job is to control noxious weeds and native plants that cattle will not graze.
I guess we brought them in to help control the leafy spurge that we have in some places, but we found that they really fit well with just the diverse native prairie that we've got. So it's beyond just weed control. It's just, I guess, better utilization of our plant community.
The alternative is controlling them chemically and or biologically. And so our attempt has been to try and do it biologically with a combination of that plus the chemicals. But chemicals tend to be on a spot spray.
The 2,000 sheep are at the ranch from mid-May through October and are able to graze areas that the cattle can't get to.
The cattle will not graze hillsides like sheep will. Sheep can graze rough terrain. Their hooves are designed for it, and so you know, they just graze every acre better than the cattle would.
Incorporating sheep on a ranch isn't a new concept, just one that may be considered old-fashioned.
There's always been sheep, especially west of here, you know, bigger flocks, and but over the years they've just kind of declined in population, and so we're just kind of doing what people always kind of used to do, I guess, but it's something that hasn't been done for a generation.
One reason for this gap could be because of the high labor that sheep require. They have guard dogs and donkeys, as well as 2 full-time shepherds to watch over them.
At about 11 o'clock or noon, they'll take the sheep from whatever pasture they're in and move them to the water source. They'll leave them there for about 3 to 4 hours in the middle of the day. They'll come back out at roughly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then take the sheep from the water source to the new pen that they constructed that morning.
They utilize paddocks not only for the rotational grazing, but also to keep track of the herd. As
we saw the benefits from doing that kind of a grazing management from a land management standpoint, and from just the efficiency of land use standpoint, it just made a lot of sense to keep doing it. You know,
we picked the areas on our ranch that need a treatment, and so if they're on 4 acres a day, you know, if we have a quarter a month, you know, that should provide more than enough grazing land for a band of sheep.
Having more than one species of livestock also creates more diversity on the operation.
So when you have a diverse plant community, that means you might need a diverse community of animals that put pressure on. Otherwise, you could end up with more of a monoculture of undesirable plants if you don't put equal pressure on all plants.
LYLE says it's important to do your research before adding new species to your farm or ranch.
Well, you better know what your plant community is before you look at diversifying. And so you better learn to identify what your resource is, and then what kind of treatment are you going to need to get the kind of harvesting that you need so that you have an equal amount of pressure on all plants.
Creating something good from noxious weeds.
I mean, we're able to take something that would cost us money to control, and instead it actually generates some revenue for us. So.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Ariana Schumacher.
Now, for the most part, the sheep and cattle graze in completely separate areas.
And that's because some parts of the ranch are better suited to fit the sheep and their dietary needs.